Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا افرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا هب لنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا. We have not started?
No.
Amen. Whatever. We will pray. Yeah, okay.
Alhamdulillah. Okay.
Okay.
You ready to go? Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's not on there. We need the screen on, no?
Oh, we have to wait for Khalid.
Sorry.
How are you?
Very good.
Okay. Long time not seeing you. Good. You are still here in this area. Yeah, doing the same business.
Just make sure the connection's in.
But is there any problem?
It's just not.
Ah, yeah. I didn't wait properly. Sorry. Thank you. All right. What doesn't it show?
This program here. It should be this. Because when it's connected to this computer, you click this and it should work.
Okay. I think this is the right. But do you think this one is connected to the right place?
Yeah, because this is the one that's connected.
Okay, it must be here.
Sorry.
So I am sorry for our friends who are joining us in Zoom. Unfortunately, we have some technical problems here.
Oh.
I think it's coming up. Hopefully. No.
You're unlucky this week.
I don't know. Did it happen like this before? It's starting to.
We used to have sometimes, but they changed this something.
Yeah.
These are new ones.
Yeah.
We used to use old-fashioned.
Do you mind if I look at the computer real quick?
Of course, why not? The other ones, there's age and something.
HDMI, so
Yeah,
this is for controls, HDMI input.
Yes, this is here.
Yeah, connect to HDMI.
Mhm.
Last time we restarted, and I tried to restart it.
You think it needs to do this?
Making game.
It takes sometimes, it's a lot of time. Yes. This thing.
Is there a code on that?
You're saying before.
Well, I think we may not have the share the.
Are you just sharing the
We
verse?
can just really, yeah, talk about because it is taking a long time.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, we can
I thought it was
start
gonna
with
work.
yours. Yeah, okay. Are we still on Zoom? Oh, I think we are.
Yes, you're on Zoom.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. You are on Zoom. That's all right. Otherwise, it's not bother about other things then. Okay. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا افرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري ويشرك في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. So, welcome. Inshallah, we will continue studying the story of Adam in the Quran. We say this is the story of us, human beings. That is human life and our reality. So we are not reading a story which happened in paradise that we don't know. We cannot really experience it, but we have to relate every story of the Prophet to our practical life. So here. Because we are too late, so I don't want to go back. The verse says, the verse from Araf 19. So, يا آدم اسكن أنت وزوجك الجنة فكلا من حيث شئتما ولا تقربا هذه الشجرة فتكونا من الظالمين. So, can I ask you, my friends on Zoom, am I sharing yes, I think sharing the screen, and you are seeing the screen, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
Affirmative.
Thank you very much. So, all right. Now, what does it mean here? When Allah says, but you and your wife, Adam, live in paradise. So, there are every phrase in the verse, not only one verse or whole verse, and every phrase in the verse has a lot of meanings. So, live in paradise. So, since Adam is me and you, are we living in paradise? In Manhattan, it's a big problem. That doesn't look like. What does it mean? God is telling me that I created you in paradise. Do we feel that we are created in paradise, but not physically, as a human being? Do we feel that we are created in paradise? If we look at our human side, and if you have an idea to share, I would like to hear you. So, but I will continue speaking. You can interrupt me anytime. Not physical world. Physical world is a temporary world. In our creation, We are created with the capacity to experience paradise here. But
Yeah, brother Ali, isn't it that by recognizing the characteristics and qualities of our Creator within us internally and then externally, that by doing this we can essentially experience paradise in this particular, like in the world that we live in now?
I mean, depending on our attitude, how do we define ourselves? If we define ourselves only in terms of this physical world, we are not in paradise, we are in the world of trouble. We have to work, we have to go, we have to do lots of things, and there are good things are happening, bad things are happening. But the very quality of our creation is able, as Ian, you said, is able to experience the qualities of our Creator and see, although the creation is taking place within a limited form, very limited form, but we know that in every limited form, what is reflected there are the qualities of its Creator. So we can understand this. We can see in the existence of, I can see an apple there. So in the existence of this apple, what I can see, the one who created this apple must be able to create the universe. Otherwise, this apple cannot exist as it is within the universe. It is interconnected with the rest of the universe, and I can perceive it. It is so interesting. If we see apple as an object there alone, just saying that it is something to be eaten, yeah? Okay, grown on a tree. These are information, but I cannot really, if I don't really relate its existence to its creator, who can be the creator of the apple? In order to be able to create the apple, which kind of qualities are needed? If I don't inquire it, I am not in paradise. But as soon as I start questioning it, I will find myself in paradise, because I will find myself in acknowledging that my Creator is the one who created the apple. So he is letting me know who he is. And when I realize that in order to be able to create the apple, one has to have an absolute power, one has to have an absolute knowledge, one has to be the master, owner of the whole universe, so that the order of the universe must be established in such a way that within this order, apple can exist. Do you see the relationship? Within the order of the universe, apple can exist. If there was any kind of discrepancy within the order of the universe, apple cannot exist. So the one who is really taking care of the universe, maintaining the universe, sustaining the universe, must have an absolute sway of control of the whole universe. I am his product. I am his creature. What does it mean? I don't have it, but my Creator has it. For example, I came here by subway today. I don't have the subway, but administration, the town of New York City has it. I am a member of this, so alaykum salam. So I can use the benefit from the subway as if it is my own property. But don't think that I have to pay. That is social construction. But as far as my practical life is concerned, subway is mine. Do you see what I mean? Because I can use it. So I belong to this community. If I say I belong to the absolute creator of the universe, owner of the universe, his property is my property. For example, simple example, the sun is mine. Moon is mine. The earth is mine. Climate, rain is mine. But you say, how? That is mine. Because my creator owns it, and he has given me the opportunity to utilize it, to use it. So ownership belongs to him, but I have no obstacle to use it. For example, you may say that, no, the sun is not yours, it is mine. Okay, you claim that sun is yours, doesn't damage my ownership of the sun. Did you get it? For example, subway. It is a practical example. I am traveling on the subway, and you may be traveling on the subway, maybe next to you. I don't care. I am using and benefiting from the subway. So it is mine. You can say it is mine as well. Then if we understand that the creator is an absolute being cannot have limited area. So we can, if paradise symbolizes where the absolute being manifests his generosity, his mercy, absolutely, limitlessly. That's what the Qur'an says, paradise is infinite. Now, limitlessly. Paradise is mine. I know it because my owner is the owner of the paradise, and I am his creature, and I belong to him. So his properties, I can use them. I can say, therefore, his properties is my property. The earth is mine. Üskün ente ve zevcukel cennete. So, Adam, live in paradise, and you and your wife. It means your beloved ones. Not necessarily that we don't read the Quran as usually the people read Torah. Who was responsible for falling from paradise? Eve, Adam's wife. None of my business. My wife represents my beloved ones. So I am here. You are here as well. You are here as well. Now, welcome, because you just contribute to my life. Because I enjoy your accompanying me here. So would you like to be alone in the world? No one else. You want to have your wife. You want to have your accompanying people. So we love if somebody that we love comes and visits me or invites me. Don't you like to visit your friend, have a good fun with your friends? That's it. That's how we should understand, not necessarily wife and husband relationship. We have to generalize the meaning, universalize the meaning. So we are living in paradise if we share the same idea. But if someone says, I don't believe in the creator, so I cannot share my life with him, because I will say, look at this beautiful apple. So I love it because it is a blessing from my creator, representing the qualities of my creator. Wonderful. He says, no, it is natural. And it is boring for me to discuss with this man, because it really goes against my understanding of the world and interprets everything in a negative way. Negative to my approach. Do you get it? So, beloved ones, that is why paradise cannot accommodate, by definition, disbelievers. They have to have their own word, not with we. So do you enjoy living with somebody which always contradicts you? Would you like to share your room with this person? Now, that is how we should understand wife business here in the Quran. Any question, anything? So, live in paradise. We can live in paradise spiritually. Yeah? Okay, make the circle. All right, no, your friend. Excellent. So, another thing is, both of you eat whatever you like, correct? But we may think that the things are expensive. No. That is again, we should not confuse the matter with social construction. It means we have constructed an artificial world. That is why we have to pay. But if we were living in a natural environment, apple grows by itself. Yeah, animals are there. I don't do anything, but because I want to produce and sell and make money, that is why I have to work. Otherwise, we all are aware that the creation of everything is. Oh, let me ask this question. Does the creation of everything in the world cost you anything? Did you understand my point? No, not clear. Yeah. Do we pay anything for the existence of apple? Do you pay anything for the existence of the sun? Free. That is why while we are thinking, we shouldn't really confuse this artificial way of life. We have to think creation side of it. Creation is free. That is why the Quran says, both of you eat whatever you like. There is no tax. There is no money to be paid. You don't have to work on it. In order to create the atmosphere, do we work? We work only for artificial constructions, human constructions. That is why we don't understand that we are in paradise while we are living in this world. Okay. This is not a problem. This is what we have to understand. Clear our mind that really creation side of everything is absolutely free, and we don't have to do anything, just use it, enjoy it, benefit from it. That is the reality. But unfortunately, practically living, we don't enjoy this paradisical life on earth, unfortunately. But this is the reality, what the Quran is telling us. But Quran says one thing, but do not approach the tree. Why? What is this condition now? It really bothers me, Let me free, absolutely. No, one tree, come on. What is the point in it?
You're asking me?
Yes, if you have an answer, I would love to hear.
Just because I have an answer doesn't mean it's right or good.
Whatever, just we are sharing. Yeah.
Well, how else are you going to be following like rules if someone give you a boundary? Like it's a boundary. I don't know.
What?
Everybody has boundaries. Everything has a boundary.
Let me see. Yeah. Isn't a comment on what our friend said?
Sort of, yes. It's to answer the question, I think you can't decide if you don't have options, right? So it's like you can't make a choice obey or disobey if you don't have the option to do it. And so Allah says, you have access to everything, but I'm going to give you one thing that will test to see if you can follow through on that or not. If that makes sense.
Yeah. What is the point in doing that?
Because
Ultimate result.
so for you either choose Allah or you choose against Allah. And so Allah is saying, will you choose me or not?
Let me put it in a general sense. Yes, please go ahead.
Kind of like
Good.
you think you
Excellent
know
point,
better-
by the way.
You think you know better than Allah. Like Allah gave you this rule for a reason. It's not just arbitrary. Just because you don't understand the consequence doesn't mean it's like a bad rule. I don't know if that makes sense. Kind of like the
No,
arrogance
look,
of-
the problem is this. Excellent try. No, try. Say anything. The problem is if I say, I don't know better than Allah. So Allah said, don't approach this. I don't know. He knows, I don't know. Then how can I believe in Allah? That what Qur'an says is the word of God. I have to have reasoning so that I will confirm it. Now,
Yeah, so-
of course, definition-wise, Ian, just a minute. Definition-wise, Allah must know everything, but in order to confirm this definition, I have to have a rational understanding, conviction about it. So they said, oh yeah, really, don't approach this tree. I really need it. This kind of this kind of direction or advice, if you like, in order to fulfill the purpose of my existence. Because why I read the Quran in order to understand why I am here, and this text says, I am your creator, I will tell you why you are here. And it tells me, don't approach this tree. We are in a huge earth. Everything is free for you, but one tree, don't go there. Anybody else would like to?
Me.
Oh, okay, Ian. Okay. Afterwards, please go
So-
ahead.
Isn't the tree representative of a mistake that we have to make in order to learn? We have to make a mistake to learn. If we don't make that error, how are we going to learn? And part of making mistakes is lacking of knowledge. So to gain that knowledge, we have to have made a mistake so that we can have gone through a particular experience or event that would give us something upon which to reflect so that we could learn from that mistake and therefore improve ourselves in the future. Therefore, it leads to self-development and actualizing the human potentiality.
Thank you. It is another point from Australia. You got it, huh? That's why people are smiling at your dialect. So, okay, Ian, there's another point. I am looking for would you like to go ahead? Excellent point, somehow related. Yeah, we have to have the option. My question goes even deeper. These are excellent points. Why do we have to exercise our free will? Why are we giving the free will? What is the point? Why didn't I, or didn't I have an existence? Or I would say to God, why didn't you create me without any free will so that I will perfectly enjoy the life in paradise? Sorry? So hearing problem.
If Allah forces us to choose them,
No.
it doesn't count.
So if I didn't have the free choice, it is not forcing, because forcing is subject after I have the free choice. Do you understand? So if I didn't have it, for example, do you think if I didn't have a free choice, can I, or even could I talk about forcing? No, this is what, now, I would say these are all legitimate and reasonable answers. I would go, this is the only way I can acknowledge the creator by making the choice. That's exactly what you said. So when it gives me the opportunity to be with God all the time. How? Now, there are trillions of trees here. One of them is forbidden. I go one tree, and from this tree, I'm going to benefit from its fruit. What comes to my mind? Is this the forbidden tree? No. So I'm going to benefit from it because it's not. What did I do there? Sorry? Yeah, I used the human reasoning, but what is the result of using this reasoning? It came to my mind that this tree doesn't belong to me. It has an owner. I acknowledge the owner. Look, for example, what you are drinking, coffee or chocolate or, sorry?
Coffee, yeah.
Coffee, all right, coffee. Now, when you are drinking, if you just think that, of course, practically you do. If it was wine, would you drink?
No.
Why?
Because
Now the owner says, don't approach this tree.
yeah.
Now while you are drinking coffee, any kind of fruit juice, any kind of water, not any kind of water. Now, so water. What you practice there, what do you practice there? This is not prohibited by the owner. We acknowledge the owner. Do you understand? We acknowledge the owner. Yes, we are choosing, and yes, we need alternative. Why do we have the alternatives? To acknowledge the owner. So when I acknowledge the owner, what do? I worship him. I acknowledge him. I obey him. This is worship. For example, let's go back to the same thing. While you are eating your apple, you know that it is not forbidden by the owner of the apple. So you acknowledge it. Because if it was bacon, you wouldn't eat it. Why? Again, because bacon is bad or no. Maybe good. I don't care. It is a means of acknowledging who the owner is. Of course, what we do usually, it is obvious answer, but I will ask you for practical reason. Did you steal the apple?
No.
No. Did you pay for it?
No.
Somebody has given it to you, but this person has not stolen it. Yeah? You know that. Okay, by definition, I mean, just this is the scenario. So let's say you paid for it. Are you eating the apple because you paid for it? Or because it is permitted by your creator? But the creator of the apple, it means owner of the apple. When you eat it, of course, you don't really reason step by step like this every time. It becomes automatic. You don't steal, and you get the apple practically approving, confirming that this is how the owner of the apple is asking me to have it. This way is the way of acknowledging it. I'll come to you. And this relationship between you and the owner of the apple becomes active. This is called worship. While you are praying, It is worship. Why? You do this and that. Why? Because your creator asked to do it. Now, while you are eating the apple with this mindset, you do it because your creator asked you to do it. Because he said, you eat whatever you like, but don't approach this tree. Or it is not that tree, so I can eat it. But look, it is a way of worship. So if we are careful, we can turn our 24 hours a day into worship, including, of course, the formal ritualistics are definitely, because they need particular attention. But while you are eating your apple, it becomes automatic. So that is why you automatically worship it if you understand that if it was prohibited by the owner. The owner says, this is my property, I'm not allowing you to have it. Then you wouldn't have it. That is submission, isn't it? Practical submission. Yes.
It seems as a practical matter,
Yes.
the negative aspects are easier to connect to consciousness of worship than the affirmative matter. So I see a pizza with pepperoni, I don't eat it. I can make that conscious link. I didn't do this because the creator has designed or instructed me not to do it. Therefore, not eating the pepperoni pizza is a form of worship. Tomorrow, I see a slice of cheese pizza, I eat it. That connection isn't as obvious, right? The affirmative is easy to just passively do and not have the consciousness. And not that it may technically be worship because the cheese didn't have pepperoni in it. It doesn't feel consciously like worship. I didn't take the pizza and think, oh, this doesn't not have pepperoni on it, so I can have it.
So how are we going to turn this practical side? The prophetic example is for this reason. These automatic, unconsciously done activities, if we look at the life of the prophet, how he did it, he will teach us, give us the clue. How are we going to do it? While you are eating your apple, the prophet said, say Bismillah. Huh? What does it mean? This automatic, unconscious action turns into a conscious action. So when you say Bismillah, what does it mean? In the name of God. What does it mean? The name of God. What does it mean? Name of God. No, I am acting, I am doing it by acknowledging the authority over ownership over the apple while I am eating it. Bismillah. It means I know who the owner is, who the creator of the universe. So it's called Sunnah. Of course, we should understand Sunnah not in the vocabulary of fiqh matters, Fars, Wajib, Sunnah, Mustahab. No, not in the same. This is prophetic exemplary life. So we can really practice the prophetic exemplary life. Can I close the? I can do it quickly. So the Sunnah makes our life conscious of what we are doing. When I say this is Sunnah, to say Bismillah, while before you eat or drink your coffee or eat your apple, so Bismillah, it makes it not automatic anymore. You have a conscious choice. When we follow the prophetic examples in our life, it makes our life is really worth living. That is why prophetic examples are so important and essential. as much as we can, as much as we can. But even if we are not aware of it, but we have to understand that this prohibition of the tree, one tree, is very important. Another aspect that the other verses of the Quran explains that this tree is the shajaratul khuld. Another aspect of the same verse tells us, what does it mean, shajaratul khuld? It means the tree of eternity, continues. Khalidina fiha, the Quran uses for the people of paradise, they will stay there forever. Khalidin. Shajaratul khuld, the same word. So continuously. So thinking that anything, now we can come to your legitimate halal apple. If somebody eats the apple, thinking that because of this apple, my life is continuing. Your apple or your dinner, yeah, or air that we intake, inhale, doesn't matter. My life is continuing because what I have been eating. It becomes, whatever you are eating is the shajaratul khuld, forbidden tree. Why is it forbidden? Oh, we are warned here. It's a very interesting verses. Everything is interesting, but these are deep meaning. We can understand it when you think about it. So if you think that water is sustaining my life, it becomes prohibited tree. Why? Water cannot sustain your life. Water doesn't know your life, your body. But that is how the Creator arranged it. He creates it. When you drink the water, your life continues. But this is not the water. The agent is not the water who sustains your life, but the one who arranged the system sustains your life. So thinking that any part of this world, anything in this world is an independent agent, which is giving us the opportunity to live in this world, to continue our existence in this world, goes against belief in the Creator. It means you think that water is the Creator, apple is the Creator. We have to drink water, but be conscious, be aware that it is not the water who is keeping my life. This is the order of the Creator. It is the Creator's will which is keeping my life. Did you get this delicate point? I really love it. So if you approach this tree, you will become evildoer, zalim. What zalim means? The one who does zulm, transgressing the right of God. In fact, the Quran describes shirk. Are you familiar with the word? Of course you are, everyone. Yes, shirk. You are. So if you read the Quran describes shirk as zulm. Zalim means the one who does zulm, right? Active participle. So shirk. What does it mean, shirk? When I say the water is very good for your life, am I a mushrik? No, it is not a matter of fiqh rule here. It is a matter of belief. How do we understand? If I say water sustains my life, what does it mean? This is not God. God created the universe, but water is creating my life. What is shirk? Associating something else, attributing the creator's quality to something else is the shirk. So we have to be aware that, we have to be conscious that when I see the things are having independent effect on me rather than God's will, then I am really letting the shirk cripple into my belief. So it is a black dot in our belief. So belief is wide, a dot is there, another dot, another dot. That is why we have to be really careful while we are interacting and benefiting from everything in this world. I have to be extremely careful not to see them as the source of existence of anything, as the source of creator of anything. That is what this beautiful verse tells us. That's what, as far as I can understand. Any questions and concern about this verse?
So, like, Allah said that created Adam and Eve like perfectly, right? And then they still chose to go to that tree and eat from that tree. So, like, us as humans, like, how do we perceive that? Like, even though they were created perfectly, they still chose to go to the forbidden tree.
So I have a hearing problem, and when you see, but somebody loudly can just say what sister, our friend, I don't like using sister, brother, our friend using. Anyone? Did you get it?
Try again.
I was just saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that he created Adam like perfectly, right? He was like the perfect creation.
Yes.
And despite that, he chose to go to the forbidden tree and eat from it.
Yeah.
So how do we as an individual, like we're not a prophet or anybody, right?
No.
From X, Y, Z. And we're given those tests, but his perfect creation still gave into that.
Are in your creation, are you perfect or not? In your creation.
Like, no, but I mean.
Why? You are perfectly created.
It's perfect.
Now, look, you are created. It's a good question. Very, I love this kind of existential questions. So excellent. So your creation is perfect.
Right.
Yeah, your creation is perfect because you have ruh, spirit. Spirit is from God directly, and it functions perfectly. So even as you are, you and I, of course, everybody will say I, even I have my free choice. This is my perfect human being. In order to make progress, I have to have this quality. Before, our friends said, if we didn't have the free will, we would be robots. We don't like it. It is not perfect. So your choosing, ability to choose the bad thing is perfect. But your choice of bad is a means of teaching for you. This is bad, this is good, so that you can decide and become aware what is really correct. So if there was no other option, 2 + 2 makes 4, but you don't have any option to say 5, 6, 7. And another option, 2, whatever. Still, but you say automatically 2 + 2, 4. You are not a perfect human being. You don't have free will, and you will be a robot. Would you like to lose your free will? Huh? Let me give them another example. your mother is, my mother passed away. Is your mother alive? Example. Yes? Alhamdulillah. So, she may be getting older, not as old as I am, but somehow older. God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. If there is a sign that she is losing her free will, cannot control, cannot choose, cannot decide, will you be happy? No. I would say no. Is it correct? So you go doctor by doctor, hospital by hospital for solution. We love to be with free will. That is the perfection in our life. We are created perfectly. So God is telling me this example as a prophet committed a sin. No, this is a way of teaching you and me. What am I doing here? What we are doing here? It is not the story of Adam. It is the story of me. This is the example for me. So that God is telling me that you have this option. You may go choose forbidden tree. You may think that the things are really having effect on my existence. Be careful. Now, I will use my name. God is speaking to me. Ali, be careful. You have this option. Although this option has no reality, I have given you the ability to understand that this has no reality. Can you say that the water knows my body? It is obvious, isn't it? But you drink water. Why? It doesn't know what to do there. It doesn't know what to do in your body. Why do you drink it? You know that it is employed. The one who holds his action, his functions, is the one who created you. That is why he arranged it in this way. He created water, he created your body in need of water, and he created you with the feeling that when you are thirsty, everybody goes to water. How do we know that? That is how we are created. Everything is arranged perfectly. So you know that water cannot create anything, but God, the one who created the water, is creating health in my body with water. That is his principle of creating. Now, this is obvious that it is wrong, but because we say, this is a very interesting point, because we say water cannot be the creator, because it doesn't have any quality to create. Yes, that is how we are perfecting ourselves. If the water cannot create, if the sunlight cannot create, if the atmosphere cannot create, if your coffee cannot create, how come we exist? Okay, first, just a fraction of a second, he was the first. Okay.
Is it fair to say that water, sun, nutrition, biologically they're serving a function, but that function was given by the creator? The existence is from the creator, but my cells are scientifically made up of water. And that function, water didn't create, but it created it because the creator assigned the water to fill my cell.
Now let me respond back to this. That's correct, but I love simple examples. So make sense of it. Yeah, this is theory. Practically, how can I really live by it? When you look at this building, is a concrete building, so it's not a good example. The opposite building is made of bricks. Every brick seems to have function, but no one is stupid enough to say that bricks are creating the building. But the building is made with bricks. So bricks are not making the building, but building is made of bricks. Exactly what you meant. So water has no function, but because the builder has put the brick there, it functions not because it is own choice, it is own power, it is own quality, but it is the quality of the builder. They are employed, but they don't have independent function in the existence of building. So as far as the creator side of it, or who the creator of the building is concerned, the builder. But the builder used material there. So these are not, the brick doesn't have any share in creating the building, but it is employed there. Of course, to have a share in creating something is different from being employed there by the creator, who is the one. The creator is the one, must be the one who created the brick, who created the building, who created the project or blueprint of the building. He is the one. As far as the creator is creatorship is concerned, nothing in this world has any say in the creation of anything. So that is why zulm is very important here. If you approach this, if you think that this has some sort of effect on the creation, you will become, it will be a shirk understanding, a dot, black dot. Be careful. That's what the Quran speaks. Otherwise, we are not reading. And I know, I'm not blaming anyone. That is how people present this kind of verses. He's a prophet, he's a perfect man. Every creature is perfect. Even the apple is perfect as an apple. You are perfect as you are. So the creation of an atom is perfect as you are. So you are perfect as you are. So don't be ashamed of your being, saying that, oh, no, I'm not like this one. Like, don't compare. Everything is perfect, not because because of ourselves, because of our creator is perfect. Whatever he creates must be perfect. This is what we have to build up our understanding of existence. Now your turn.
I was gonna comment on this notion of like, if we make mistakes, we're not perfect. Well, by design, we're designed to make mistakes. That's part of the design, is that we're a creature that can learn and we choose directions. And so at the end of the day, part of the perfect design is that we choose what direction we want to go in. Mistakes are just a part of this.
No. This is the perfect way of creation. That's how we really acknowledge our creator. Yep. By using our creation. So we have to understand that everything is perfectly adjusted to each other. And we should read the prophetic examples, not so that how come the prophet commits a sin? No, it is an example for you and for me. God is telling me that, look, I created you perfectly, but you can spoil it. You have the free will. Watch out. But is it something negative? No, it is perfect. Why? Only acknowledging the wrong option, I can confirm the truthfulness of the right option. For example, if we don't say La ilaha, can we say illallah? Think about it. This class is for this. No, we are not this class is different from what you have been. The purpose of this class is different. Confirming the Quran, not narrating the Quran. That's our principle. You say this, is it really true? Can my creator say this? That's what the purpose of this class is. So it needs really the attention, the method we used here. It's not very common method because people find hard to question, to reason, and based his belief on reasoning, intellectual satisfaction. It is very, but we read the Quran, although we say Quran is not a storybook, Quran is not an history book. Yeah, okay, if it is not an history book, we shouldn't read it as a history, as a story. What then? If it is not a story, it is my reality. That's why we always refer any kind of prophetic example to ourselves. You must be very familiar with, because how many years we have having this?
2006.
Yeah, so 14 years. So that I keep saying this. When you read the story of Suleiman, Suleiman is you. When you read the story of Yusuf, Yusuf is you. Yusuf was thrown in the well. You are thrown in the well. How? What does it mean for you? Yusuf was imprisoned somewhere. Why? How? How is it related to my life? We always ask this in this class. So there is a difference. Taking lesson from history, from stories, for reading the Arabian Nights, stories of 1001 Arabian Nights stories, and taking lesson from it is different from reading the Quran. Quran is not only taking lesson from it, but Quran is finding yourself in it. So none of the Arabian, this 1001 Arabian Night stories, you can find in it. You can take moral values, learn moral values in it. Quran cannot be read as storybook. That it is not difficult. Just change the perspective, read the Quran, it starts speaking in a different way. And that is what we are training here in this class. Particularly, I don't go into Arabic details of beautiful, meaningful details of Arabic. No, because there are other experts are doing that. But this side of reading the Quran, this type of reading the Quran, I don't think there are. I've seen one person trying to do this in the United States. I was very happy to come to know this person. It's a great person, but not many common. Now, for example, in Islamic schools, they cannot teach this. Though, okay. Let's go this one. Okay. Now you don't see it in the screen, but then Satan tempted. Let me read the verse 20 now, following verse. So sorry. Yeah, following verse. Then I will just read the translation. So next week you will know what we are talking about, what we are going to talk about. It's a very interesting subject. Looks something, what does it mean? What is it talking about? Mysterious, they call it. Then just reading the translation now. Then Satan tempted them, Adam and his wife, his beloved one, in order to expose what was hidden of their nakedness. Nakedness became open. What does it mean? I mean, he lost his underwear or no, nothing to do with it. So we will study next week now. He said, your Lord has forbidden that. Satan is speaking now. Because after showing their nakedness, whatever it is, or the Satan is speaking, your Lord has forbidden this tree to you only to prevent you from becoming angels and immortals. That is why he forbidden you. So go and do it and get it. Okay. And he swore to them, to Adam and Eve, I am giving you sincere advice. It is very, sounds very familiar. Everybody goes and speaks on YouTube and social media. I am giving you sincere advice. That is your reality. That is what we have to study this and following verses, inshallah. Next week. Okay, brother? Khalid, we are finishing.
Oh, we're finished. Okay.
Wrapping up, inshallah. So, do you have any comment, any further question? So, it is in principle 1 hour.
Yes.
So, it is fast. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin بحرمة سر سورة الفاتحة.